Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Philosophy, Not Your Ordinary Pharmacy channel. I'm Morgan, and tonight, I'm going to be giving you a recap of my first semester of pharmacy school, which is so crazy to me. So stay tuned. First of all, I just want to say, I cannot believe that I've already done one semester of pharmacy school. That is crazy to me, super duper crazy. It's just insane to me that I've already done one semester. It really does fly by, but I know you guys have been dying to hear from me. I have been gone for literally an entire semester, so I definitely owe it to you guys. I just want to say thank you so much for supporting me still throughout this time that I have been in school. I'm just gonna briefly mention this because we do have a lot to cover, but I did decide to make this channel my main and only channel. So my other channel, I will no longer be posting videos on. I will still leave it up, so if you would like to look at those cringy videos, you can, but this is gonna be my channel because pharmacy is kind of my life right now, so might as well, you know, just use one channel, and clearly I can't juggle two channels, let alone one. So like I said, I was contemplating deleting YouTube altogether, but this channel is growing still and I'm not even posting, so it just gives me motivation to keep going. So again, I know this is long-winded, but thank you guys so much for still sticking around, supporting me. Okay, enough talking. So a recap of first semester. So first off, this video is going to be kind of long because I'm going through an entire semester. First, I did survive my first semester, but let's go ahead and get into these classes. So first we can start with pharmacy math. So I know in my last video I said that that class was probably gonna be an easy class, and actually it was not. It definitely wasn't hard. A lot of the times we had to teach ourselves, so that was the hardest part for that class. For that class we had we had 5 exams in that class, but we also had attendance, we had these in-class quizzes which really helped, and we also had homework which really helped. My final grade for math was an 81, so I got a B in that class. So B in math. The next class, biochemistry. So I said I was excited for this class because it was the area that I studied in undergrad, so I was really excited to see how I did in this class. This class, I've never taken biochemistry, but I heard from some of my classmates that this was kind of a simplified version of biochemistry. For the most part it was easy, but then you'll see in my grades where it kind of got ridiculous. So we had 8 exams for this class, and our final grade was just completely based off of the exams, which kind of hurt me in the end, and I'll tell you why. So I ended this class with a C+, and I was literally, every class that I had a C in, I was literally 1 point away from a B-, and it really irritates me, but I did learn some lessons, and I do have tips for you guys, so don't worry. But I got a C+ overall, which C's get PharmDs, but not necessarily residencies, so that's kind of why I'm just because I still don't know if I want a residency, but I'm going off on a tangent. So anyway, so what happened was I literally was making very good grades. I'm looking at my exam grades now, and okay, literally all exams except, okay, I made a B or an A on 6 of the exams. On one exam I got a C, and then one exam which hurt me so badly, if I wouldn't have done this I would have had a B in the class. On one of them, the other material was really hard, so I kind of just sacrificed my grade, and I got a 50 on that exam, and so that's why I have a C+. Well, I got a C+ in that class, which kills me. But we're gonna move on from that because your girl passed on to the next semester. So the next class was FDA, which is Fundamentals of Drug Action. So this class was basically well, not basically, like nothing is basic in pharmacy school, but this class was about drug action. So what the drug does on the body, how the body works on the drug and things like that, which that's like pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics. You'll learn about that if you haven't already. So I ended that class with a B- by the grace of God. Like I had a C+, and then the professor like gave us 1 extra point, and I was so happy. So the next class was Foundations of Pharmacy. This was a really easy class, kind of like a easy A, which I predicted it to be in the last video just because the upperclassmen told us that. But it was basically different pharmacists would come in and talk to us, like different pharmacists that work in different areas of pharmacy. So it was really cool to have that exposure. But I got an A in that class. And then Interprofessional Education Clinical Simulation, or IPEX. I passed that class. And that class is actually, I think I like got it wrong on the last video. So IPEX is basically, it teaches you like patient interactions, patient communication. So you have like OSCEs, and those are basically I don't know what that stands for, to be honest, but basically, like, so for our first year we had a blood pressure OSCE and we had a counseling OSCE. So for the blood pressure OSCE, we had to go in and we had a partner, like another student, and we had to take their blood pressure, and you have certain things that you have to say. So that was one part of that OSCE. And then you had an accuracy OSCE. So we had simulated arms that you had to take your blood pressure on, and it had to be within a certain range of the actual blood pressure. And so that's how they tested us on that one. And then for the final OSCE, or communications OSCE, they had actual patients that they hired, like actors, come in and pretend to be patients, and it was really cool, and you had to counsel them on their medication. So that's kind of what that class is. The next class is Pharmacy Professional Development 1. I passed that class. That class is basically just trying to develop your professionalism as a pharmacist. Also, for our school, like the pass-fail, well, for IPEX and PPD, which is Pharmacy Professional Development, these classes did not affect our GPA. So, I mean, I don't know. So, the next class is Dermatology. Okay, so Dermatology, as it sounds, like, actually kind of shocked me because I really enjoyed it. And these, like, modules that they have, like, dermatology, I know we have to take in the future cardiology, pulmonology, nephrology, all that kind of stuff. So I initially thought that it was going to be like layers of the skin, like anatomy, but it's not. You're just learning like all the drugs that have to do with dermatology or whatever area that class is in. So I really enjoyed that class. I actually got a 101 on the first exam. I really did good in that class, but we have, this pains me to say this because it's really like just, ooh. Okay, so for every class you have a set amount of absences, and I lost count of my absences, and I missed 1 absence over the amount you could miss, which is careless on my part. So I would have had a B in the class, but I ended up getting a C+ because they take 2.5% off, like a certain percent off your entire grade. Okay. If you miss like over the limit. So yes, I got another C+. That one was kind of a hard pill to swallow because like I made a B in the class, but because I lost count of how many absences I had, I got a C+, which just, ooh. So C+. And then the next class, Introduction to Therapeutics, which hands down was one of my favorite classes. It was like one of the most challenging classes. Intro to Therapeutics is basically like, I don't even know how you summarize this class. It's just like drugs. Like, it's the meat of pharmacy. So drugs, mechanism of action, side effects, you know, patient specific factors, special population. Like, it's just drugs, like drugs 101. And I got a B- in that class, so I'm actually really proud about that, because a lot of people struggled in that class, and I really loved that class, even though it did give me so much heartache and stress. And yeah. And then the final class is D4, which is Dosage, Design, Delivery, and Dispensing 1, and I got a C+ in this class. So this class is your lab combined with clinical scenario activities. It's just a lot, okay? And then you have lecture. So the problem with this class was, like, it wasn't difficult. It was just so much information, like so much. And when you're trying to study for all your other classes and this class, like, it wasn't working for me. So we do have the second part of this class next semester, so I need to figure out like how to study for this class, because it's just so much information. Like, we would have like 4 or 5 PowerPoints on one test, and like one PowerPoint would be like 60 to 70 slides. And our exams are composite exams. Like, they're not like you have this exam this day. No, all your classes are on one exam. So it was just kind of difficult to figure out how to study for that, but I did manage to get a C+ in the class. So all together I got 3 C+, which I'm not proud about at all. I got 2 B-, a B, an A, and 2 passes. So my cumulative GPA at this point is a 2.76, which is a B- GPA. I really want a 3.0. Like, that is the goal. That's the goal. Like, but this is just the beginning. It doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish, as long as you pass to the next semester. So that's the grades portion. I just wanted to share that. I know that I get kind of curious about other people's grades on their pharmacy channels. That's like the meat of the video. I basically, you know, I passed all my class. I guess I will just talk about briefly, because this is already 20 minutes. I'll talk about some lessons that I learned over this semester. So lesson 1 is like, use your time wisely. Like, that is the most important thing. Like, I always get asked, is it hard? And to a degree, yes, but it's doable. Like, you just have to manage your time. Like, if you don't get a grip on it, like, you're gonna have a rough time. And they tell us, like, some people's first semester is their worst semester, because you're learning how to study effectively. Even if you knew how to study before, like, this is a whole different ballpark. I hate saying that, but it is, like, it's super different. So, and you have to be organized. So that's like tip number 2, I guess. I wasn't so good about being organized or managing time, but again, as long as you learn something, like, that's learn, you know, from your mistakes. So I would have like so many little things to do, and then I would forget, and because I'd be focusing on something else or focusing on trying to study, but then you have like little assignments here and there. So you need a planner, or you need like something to stay organized. Something else I would say is, do not compare grades with your classmates. I don't care if they're your friend. I don't care if you love them so much, y'all are best friends, y'all do everything together. Like, don't do it. I did it, and I can definitely say that I do regret doing that, because it just, I don't know, it can get to your head a lot, and comparing yourself anyway is not healthy. I told you guys my grades because I did want you guys to know that, you know, I didn't have all A's, or I didn't have all A's and B's. Like, I got 3 C's my first semester, and I'm going to continue to tell you guys like what grades I make, because I feel like that will help a lot of people. Like, there were some exams that I failed, but you know, I still made it to the next semester, and I'm close to a 3.0. I'm not at a 3.0, but I still have time to get up there. And I can actually, I actually documented all of my exam grades in my notes, so I'm gonna count and tell you guys how many exams I failed, because I know when I was starting pharmacy school, I was kind of worried, like, have you ever failed an exam? Like, I always ask people that, and they're like, yes. So let me see. Okay, so yeah, out of 8 exams I failed 4. Well, it's not really 8 exams, it's like 32 exams because you have 4 classes on each exam. So out of 32 exams I failed 4, and you know what, I'm still here, I'm still alive, like I didn't die, I still have a 2.76. like, so I just kind of want to tell you guys, like, just don't compare yourself, don't stress about it, you will fail. It's normal, you know, like sometimes you get burnt out, and that's another tip. Like, there's just so much that I have to tell y'all, like, but comparing yourself, like, it does not help you at all. What's the point, you know? Like, you made what you made. If you find out what somebody else made, it's not like you can be like, hey, can we trade grades? Like, no, you got what you got. So you know, just do better the next exam. Number 4, burnout. Burnout is like a serious thing in not only pharmacy school, but when you're out working. Like, we had someone come and talk to us, do like a 2-hour speech. I think it was 2 hours on like burnout and stuff. Take time for yourself. I know that all you want to do is study, but you have to take time to breathe, relax, get away from everybody, get away from pharmacy, find a friend who is outside of the pharmacy world, study as you go. Like, this is so important. If you don't study as you go, like, and you try to cram, like, you will drive yourself insane. Do not get so caught up into friendships that you lose sight of your purpose for being in school. A better way of putting it is like, don't let what other people are doing influence you, kind of. Like, for instance, there would be many weekends like where we would have like a weekend leading up to an exam, because all of our exams were on Mondays, and there would be people like, they'd be like, hey, are y'all going out tonight? And then the other people would be like, yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, how, like, are you not pressed? Like, are you not stressed? Are you not studying? Like, do you have the answers to the test? Like, I'm just kidding, but like, no, like, some people would legit go out every night, and I never really like let it influence me, but at some points it did. Just kind of be like, okay, how are they going out every night and making good grades? And that goes hand in hand with like, do not compare yourself, because some people can do that. I am not one of those people. So you know, another tip is know what works for you. You know, some people like to study in groups, other people like to study alone. I know that I talk too much and I'm too goofy to study in a group. Like, I will get nothing done. I will say though, for this semester I kind of like tried different study techniques for each exam, and I can, if you guys want, make a video of my study, like different things that I tried and how they worked for me. But once you find something that works for you, like, do not change it. I mean, why would you do that? Also, if something is not working for you, do not keep doing it. Like, so use your brain. You all are smart. Like, you made it this far, you can do it. Don't get discouraged again by like failing grades or making a grade that you didn't expect, because I can tell you, for the first exam I thought, I was like I'm gonna do so good. No, boo, like no. So, you know, go in with an open mind. The last final tip, which I'm sure I will make a whole separate tip video, stay woke. Like, that's all I can say. Like, make sure you know your exam dates, make sure you prepare well in advance, do not cram. Again, pace yourself, don't compare yourself. I may make a whole video of like time management tips, because like that's like the most important thing in pharmacy school, is like, I'm literally telling you, like, managing your time. So you know, I had an okay semester. I will be honest, I'm not proud of, you know, I'm proud that I made it to the next semester, of course, but I know that I can do better, and I'm ready to, you know, get all A's and B's next semester. Of course, all A's would be nice, but I got A's, B's, and C's. So next semester I'm going to try to get A's and B's, and if I get all A's, that's great. But you know, set realistic goals for yourself as well. That's another tip. Like, it's so much stuff I could tell you guys, but I think this video is long enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Again, thank you so much for your support, your encouraging words. I read all of the comments. I know it may seem like I don't, but I do want to do a question and answer video. So please, 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 if you have any questions, no questions are dumb. Like, I get it. I was in your position. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Like I said, I am on break, so if you have any questions, again, put that down below. Also, any requests, video requests, put that down below, because this is the time where I can make the videos. So just let me know. I'm repeating myself, but I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you have happy holidays and a happy new year.